What's going on, guys? This is Riggs, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. Hopefully you enjoy the gameplay on the screen. But we have a very, and I mean very special guest, someone who has also been highly requested to come onto the channel. Many of you watching this have heard of this person. A lot of you might have been hearing about him for the first time, but you will be seeing a lot of him here in Season 9. What I'm going to be reading to you guys is literally going to be like the PUBG Mobile Almanac. This interview, out of everyone that I've interviewed so far, out of Clazy, out of Adexis, out of Shabir, out of Fate, and it's nothing against these guys. These guys they're all fantastic. But you want to talk about details, descriptions, I mean, leaving no stone left unturned. This is it right here, you guys. It's going to be very, very detailed. I want you to pay very, very close attention to what I'm going to be telling you in this video. I don't even have to break down what SimoChaN is going to be saying. I don't even need to break it down because he's already going to be doing it for you. I'm going to straight up read. I asked him, I'll go ahead and read the questions, and I will read you guys his answers, and we'll just get into the next one. Like I always say, I don't want these videos to get too long. I need to keep the viewer intrigued, right? Again, hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay on the screen. So, SimoChaN, his name is Simon. He was born in Australia, but he's from Chinese descent. I asked him how long he's been playing, just kind of, introducing himself. He says, I started playing PUBG Mobile on the Chinese app, and then back when it was named, when it has like the Chinese name. One of my friends is an investor in Chinese esports clubs and asked me to trial for AG Fox, which is changing its roster from its PUBG Mobile team. After a week of trial online from Australia, I was accepted and went to China. It says the Hubei province to train and play in the T1 League with AG Fox. The entire AG Fox team used iPhone 8 Plus, which in my opinion to this day is the best phone optimized for PUBG Mobile. Very, very interesting. I use 4-finger claw, however, in my honest opinion, whether you use thumbs or claw is not important. Pay close attention, you guys. Just use whatever you feel is comfortable. Same goes for sensitivity and settings. Almost everyone in AG Fox had vastly different setups in terms of controls and settings. It says, since I retired, he says, I play on iPhone XS Max. In Season 5, he played duos only with his girlfriend, was top 3 on the NA leaderboards. Season 6 was conquer in duos and squads. Season 7, he decided to take on the challenge, where he took Classic more seriously, and he went for ranks. He got triple conquer, was at one point ranked number 1 in every single category, solo, duos, and squads, ranked 1 in kill rating across all modes, world's first 9,000 season points in NA, and world first 10,000 season points in all servers and all across all seasons histories. Season 8 didn't play at all because he went back to Australia, which had very, very bad MS where he was. Season 9 going for triple conquer and top 1 in all categories. That's a quick rundown of SimoChaN here. So I asked him, people are always talking about dropping hot versus dropping cold when ranking. What do you do, and what would you suggest to someone who is trying to rank? That was kind of like the main thing we're focusing on, is ranking. No one does it better. Nobody does it better than this guy right here. He says, hot dropping versus cold dropping depends if you're going for points as well as whether it's solos, duos, or squads. He says, personally recommend playing to get better at the game rather than going solely for point/ranking. That will come naturally as you get better at the game. Therefore, personally, I think hot dropping is a good method to train yourself. For solos, hot dropping is all about patience, playing it safe rather than gathering the best loot in the hot drop location. Focus on position, obtaining information, and third person peeking. Once enough information is obtained, go for kills when people are transitioning between buildings, etc., rather than taking up 1v1 duels to maximize chances of winning the fight. That was on solos. In duos, hot dropping is all about staying close, but not too close, so that your loot can be maximized between the two. Chemistry here between players is extremely important. For example, say you hot drop in Pachinki, the two players should always be aware of the dead angles of their partner. For example, angles for which the player cannot see their field of vision, such as their back and their extremities on the left and right. The most important thing in duos is getting the first knock. I personally believe the team that gets the first knock has an 80% chance of winning the entire engagement, assuming no third parties are involved, etc. Thus, it's crucial to not take a 1v1 duel unless you are confident in the fight. Like I said, guys, you want to pay close attention in this video, bringing you guys information you will not find anywhere else. In squads, hot dropping can be chaotic and much less clear-cut on how to approach things. But in general, try to stay close, play in groups of 2, for example, 2 duos. Try to catch weak links of the other team. For example, someone who strays too far from the enemy team. Always take out the weak link first. Individual skill shines the most in squads, but one needs to try to find order within the chaos. The squad hot dropping will really help you improve your reaction speed, lean peak dueling techniques, awareness, flanking, etc. Assuming you've hot dropped enough, improved the game, and feel like you're ready to go for point/rank, I would definitely suggest safe dropping. Okay, pay close attention. This goes for solo, duos, and squads. These are for the people really trying to rank. He says, however, for me personally, I almost always hot drop in solos. I play for fun, so action is needed to keep me entertained. Duos, depending on my partner, I'm open to either hot dropping or safe dropping. Squads, almost always safe drop. However, my suggestion is always safe drop for anyone trying to rank. The game is essentially a game of incomplete information. The person/team that can minimize RNG while obtaining the most information has the highest chance of winning. Thus, in the early game, safe dropping is the most optimal choice of action to take that abides by that principle. Insane. Mind blown. That's all I need to say. Rewatch that if you want to. When you're ranking, here's the next question. When you're ranking, are you actually focused on ranking, or you just play and everything comes naturally? Here's his response. He says, when I'm actually going for ranks, in the back of my mind, I know I'm focused on ranking, but in the game, I try to be as calm as possible and focus on playing the game naturally. I used to be the in-game leader when I played for AG Fox, so naturally, I know I need to keep cool and calm, especially under intense situations. Especially in chaotic situations, for example, fighting one squad and another squad third parties, or hot dropping in squads at the start of the game. It's all about having 1 to 3 second window to make a call that decides the flow of how the team moves. And in those precious 1 to 3 seconds, the most important thing is to stay calm and assess the situation to make the highest percentage play possible. Wow, dude. Okay, what tips would you give someone trying to rank? Make these your top 5 tips, or anything you think someone should focus on when ranking, is what I asked him. Top 5 tips for trying to rank. Here's what he says. Starting at number 5. In squads, play with a consistent team rather than matching with random people here and there. The team doesn't necessarily have to be quote-unquote pro in the sense that everyone has a high skill ceiling. Rather, chemistry is super important. Focus on giving clear callouts, information, and designate an in-game leader that can be a high probability that can play off these callouts / information. Chemistry comes with time, and this will only be achieved by playing with the same team over and over again. Tip number 4. Ranking up fast is all about trying to win the game as well as gaining points from kills. The strategy is super important. Early game is all about minimizing the RNG, so always safe drop. If a squad does safe drop in the same place as you, usually you need to make a decision as soon as possible. Can your team quickly and swiftly eliminate the opponent team with least amount of casualties? If so, go for the fight quickly so you have time to loot up. Otherwise, try to avoid the fight, leave, and rotate to another safe place to loot. In either case, safe drop at the start of the most optimal choice of action. Mid-game is all based off of information. I personally do like to seek a bit of action and take calculated risk for the kill points. This is where my previous tip comes into play. Have good communication, information, try to third-party other squads fighting, hold off flanks of each other, watch the dead angles of your teammates. All in all, the information you have, the higher the chances of getting kills. The end game sometimes does in fact come down to luck, especially if the zone does not favor you, like if there's a hard shift or something. However, the game is where individual skill can shine. The team should focus around the star player of the team. Watch his dead angles so that he can take on duels cleanly and outskill enemies. The best example of this is to watch Team XQF. Their entire team at the end game centers on XQF Paraboy to make plays. Thus, do not shy away from taking fights at the end. Rather, taking decisive fights at the end game is key to increasing the probability of winning the game. Number 3, focus on making high probability plays rather than high risk, high reward plays. This includes winning duels through positioning, catching people off during the rotations, flanking dead angles, oppositions, and in general, maximizing the information set of your team to your advantage. Tip number 2, have a calm mindset. I cannot stress this enough. You can do everything perfectly, but in a chaotic situation, if you are not calm, this is all a waste. How many times has a squad pulled up on you to a compound, you and your team is defending, and you decide to engage the enemy straight up only to get knocked by the oncoming squad and yell, save me, and then get squad wiped seconds later? Or when a squad is pushing to your compound on foot and you decide to take a 1v1 open duel only to lose and allow the enemy to push up close and infiltrate the compound you're in. All in all, what I'm trying to say is whether something chaotic happens, the first reaction is to stay calm, assess the situation, and then make the highest probability play you can in that situation. I'm not saying you should be slow. Indeed, you need to be fast, but you need to be fast in a calm manner. Whoa! All right, so here's the next one. Tip number 1. Here it is, you guys. Tip number 1. He says, probably the most important thing to ranking up is all about fun. This may sound stupid, but getting so engrossed in the ranking process to lose the fun out of the game will only make you worse. This goes for playing in tournaments as well as playing professionally. If the fun is gone, your chances of winning are gone as well. He says, having fun also ensures that you do not go into full tilt mode. Having fun also ensures that you do not go into full tilt mode. Allows you to stay positive and stay level-headed. Sometimes it's important to take a step back and think about the bigger picture. Here's another question I asked him. I said, would you rather have more kills and not win the match, or have less kills but win the match, and why? He says, definitely have less kills and win the match. No matter whether it's for ranking or for tournaments, I'd always try to win the match. After all, that's the goal of the game. Is winning the game. In terms of ranking, getting more kills but eventually losing the match means your KD won't move up. Your win ratio goes down. Winning the match guarantees you positive points, so I'd rather take a safe bet any day. In tournaments, it goes without saying that winning the match is the main goal of the team. You get the most placement points for winning, so that should be the objective. So I also wanted to ask him, because I know this is something that I always get asked as well. I've made videos on this before we end it. I also want to ask him about what he thinks about each map, what the best map or what the most optimal map to play on is. And this is what he says. He says he absolutely loves Vikendi for squads. He also loves Erangel too, but there's a lot of hackers, and he says that turns him off for ranking up on Erangel. He says, Sonok and Miramar I play, but they're not optimal for ranking, at least in my perspective. He says, Sonok has way too much RNG with the tall grass, the snakes, and the small map. Third-party chances are definitely higher. He says, Miramar is too much open field, too much zone reliant at the end. Erangel and Vikendi are optimal. And like I've even made in some of the hacking videos I've made, Erangel, for whatever reason, seems to really attract the hackers. Don't know why. That's the reason why he'll still play Erangel, but he doesn't play it as often as he should. Guys, I don't need to say anything. You need to watch the playback of this video. Pay attention to the leaderboards throughout Season 9. If you're watching this video anytime in Season 9, check the leaderboards. See where SimoChaN is. The dude was the first person to ever hit 10,000 season points in the game, you guys. He's going for solo, duo, and conquer here in Season 9. He's already done it before in Season 7. And he wants to beat his own record. He's basically competing against himself, you guys. Again, everything I read to you in this video, there doesn't even need to be an explanation because he already explained it. SimoChaN, thank you so much for not only agreeing to this interview, but for providing not only the awesome gameplay we've been watching on the screen, but just combing through, being so detailed. Again, leaving no stone left unturned. Any question someone has, they can watch this and they'll find the answer they're looking for. I literally feel like I've become a better player just by reading this PDF file that you sent me. But anyway, hopefully for those of you at home or wherever you're watching this, in the car, in the bathroom, at home, at work, at school, on the playground. Again, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. I hear you guys loud and clear in the comment section. I know you guys want Athena Gaming on this series on the channel. If you want Athena Gaming, the army has to go and track him down, find him. Go to his YouTube channel, his most recent video that he's uploaded. Just mention in the comments. Maybe someone will see it. You got a lot of people out here that are trying to get you over here on Riggs Gaming. But trust me, I've read each and every one of your 1,000 comments about Athena Gaming. I'm trying to get him on. Trust me. Sleepless nights trying to get him on. But if there's somebody that you know, or if someone by chance is watching this and you happen to know him or know someone who knows him, let him know we're looking for him right here, Riggs Gaming. SimoChaN, bring it to you guys how to play like a pro, specifically focusing on ranking in this one. Again, until the next video, you guys, this has been Riggs from Riggs Gaming. Like, comment, and subscribe.